All right, Heather, thank you so much. And Fox 26 is your Gulf Coast Weather Authority. We just got word here that CenterPoint Energy apparently just published their initial restoration status tracker and provides customers some restoration updates.
Okay.
That's a lot of things folks have been wanting here. This is our first look at it here together, giving you guys some breaking news here. And this is a way that they're going to be working to let folks know where the restorations are taking place. And this is something that's happening right now. As far as the restorations are concerned, they restored more than a third of outages within the first 30 hours since this storm and the restoration process. But still, what was the number you said earlier in the newscast?
It was more than 1.6 million that are still without power.
Yeah, so they got a lot of work to do, but at least now folks can have that outage map. Head to fox26houston.com for more details on that. But Ramisha, of course, the weather story today, that heat advisory, so much are feeling that oppressive heat out there.
That's right. We've got the dangerous heat after Beryl hitting us as a hurricane yesterday, but we've been asking people, do you think it's going to be a really bad hurricane season? And guess what?
Yeah, I would say yes.
CSU forecasters are saying yes, they think it's going to be an even worse season than they initially thought. In fact, they have come out with an updated forecast from last month, and we're talking about now 25 named storms. They're predicting 12 hurricanes, 6 major hurricanes. Just last month, they were talking about 23 named storms for the season, 11 hurricanes and 5 major hurricanes. So it looks like it likely will be a really busy season. We've already been hit once. Hopefully that will be it for us. But of course, we are monitoring things closely. Here's the good news. At least we have about a week to clean up before we have to worry about any additional tropical systems. Things are quiet across the Atlantic, across the Caribbean, and across the Gulf of Mexico, and they should stay that way for the next 7 days. We do have a few heavy downpours out there for tonight. Nothing in the Houston area. We did have some showers getting close to Lake Jackson earlier. Those are kind of falling apart. But farther to the south and west, down towards Edna, Victoria, still some heavy rain there, but that should kind of fizzle out, fade away over the next few hours. So I'm not expecting much for tonight. That is good news, but because, of course, yesterday, many of you picked up anywhere from about 6 to around 15 inches of rain from Hurricane Beryl as it moved and roared across the Houston area. Notice over a foot of rain showing up right over the city of Houston. So that's why we had a lot of roads looking like rivers. We also had 70 to close to 100-mile-per-hour wind gusts in this storm as it rolled through. So of course, we got a lot of cleaning up to do. A lot of your neighborhoods look like this, with trees blown down on cars, on your rooftops, on the roads, power lines down. We're going to have to get out there and clean all of this up. But of course, with all of that heat, you want to make sure to pace yourself. Don't try to push or strain yourself. Take frequent breaks, drink lots of water, and be careful with those chainsaws. Try to avoid the power lines that are blown down. And of course, if you are going to get out there and clean up, try to do it during the coolest part of the day, usually in the early morning or late evening, not in the middle of the afternoon. The reason why you don't want to be out there in the afternoon: we've got this to deal with for another day. Heat advisory in place until 8 p.m. Wednesday. Feels like temps or heat index values up to around 105 to 106, likely for tomorrow afternoon. Even tonight, if you're trying to get out there and do some cleaning up, it still feels like it's close to 100 for you in Sugar Land, Houston. So it's not really going to feel that comfortable even late at night. Those feels like temps still in the 90s through midnight. A little bit of relief overnight through the early morning. So that's the best time to clean up, early tomorrow morning. But then after that, we're back to the feels like temps in the triple digits Wednesday afternoon all the way through Sunday afternoon, 100 to 105. So the intense summer heat will stick around for the rest of this week. You may need a little rain relief. Of course, we've had a lot of flooding over the last 24 hours, so we don't need a ton of rain, but some rain would help with some of these hot temps. So we do have our best shot for rain coming on Friday and Saturday, a 50 to 60% chance. Rain increasing, temperatures going down, but it is going to stay pretty steamy. But of course, remember, if you have damage to your roof, some of those shingles have been blown off, maybe a chunk of your roof got blown off, maybe you had a tree that fell on your house, make sure to protect that roof, because we do have those rain and storm chances increasing as we get closer to the weekend.
Ramisha, I know that we're in the thick of trying to recover from Hurricane Beryl, but you were saying how Colorado State University updates the Atlantic hurricane season forecast. Right. So what are they saying right now?
They're basically saying that they are expecting an even higher number of named storms, tropical storms, hurricanes than they were anticipating even just last month. So this is not good news. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to head towards Houston if we get tropical systems to develop, but it means that they're thinking it's going to be an even busier season than they thought. And of course, here in Houston, we've already experienced that firsthand yesterday.
Yeah, Beryl's certainly making history in itself.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not prepared for that.
I think, you know,
I don't know how. I know. One is enough. One is plenty.
Exactly.